Hi guys, welcome back. It's Ebony here, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, ass eating. Okay, so obviously I'm a huge fan of eating ass, and I feel like it's like it's like the never ending story. Like you have no idea what's going to happen down there. It's so amazing. And your body gets like all the feels, and it's just like little surprises waiting for you, and they're all good things. So it's fucking amazing. Okay, for those of you that are a little wary about partaking in either A, some ass eating, or B, getting your ass eaten, just know that there are amazing things on both sides of the coin. I am a fan of both sides of the coin. So I am a giver and a receiver, and a very proud giver of some ass eating, and an even more proud receiver of some ass eating. But there are some things that I do recommend if it's your first time. One, if you are the receiver, do not, if you think that today is going to be the day, I'm finally going to let him eat my ass. He's been trying to go down there. He's been experimenting with a little finger here and there, but you like scoot away. If you decide that, you know what, today's the day, make sure that you're deciding this on a day that you did not eat like tacos or some beans or anything else that is going to make you gassy, or just a little more like relaxed in that area. So just be smart on the day that you choose to let loose. Or you could let loose, and that's just no good for anybody, and fuck, nobody wants to be a part of that. Remember that it's also shit happens. Oh my god, shit does happen. It happens, but don't be hard on yourself. You can't control the stuff that your body does when it comes to passing gas and all that other stuff. And if you can't, well, you can, but you shouldn't. It's not healthy too. So just choose compassion in this spot for yourself and for your partner, and don't get offended if they it's a lot. And don't be so self-conscious about what's going on down there. And I'm going to tell you the steps to take so you're a little less self-conscious about what's going on down there. Okay, so one is be careful what you're eating. Two, have a clean asshole, okay? And one of the things I always recommend to people, and this is something I'm a huge fan of, and I do this, I probably do this a few times a week, but I definitely do it before I have any kind of sex, or before I go see anybody, or like if I think I'm going to have sex. If I think I'm going to get some, then I'm always taking a Q-tip and wetting it a little bit and using it to kind of like clean like the inside of my asshole. I'm not shoving it in there, but I'm definitely like just putting in the cotton part and just kind of like, working your way out. Because when you take a shower, you clean, like I'm cleaning all my orifices and getting all that stuff out there, and shit comes out of there, so you want to clean it out. And so you just, take some water, wet the Q-tip a little bit, and clean it out. And you'll hopefully, if you're doing it right, you won't see that much shit come out. Like I'm a big, when I use the bathroom, I use wipes always, and I'm like cleaning it out and making sure everything's good down there. But stuff happens, so take that extra step with the Q-tip. Also, body hair on the asshole. That is also, it's a normal thing, okay? It's normal. And guys, this applies to you too, because women don't want, I'm about to digress for a minute. This also applies to you guys who want to get their ass eaten, because yes, you're out there, and there are more of you than you A, care to admit, or B, realize. So all of these tips that I'm giving you apply to you as well. So the body hair that's down there, like for me, I like to eliminate all the body hair that is around my asshole so the tongue can glide in there because It's already so intimidating, I think. Not for me. Like, no, I'm not intimidated at all. But for a lot of people, especially some first timers, it's intimidating. So the last thing they want to do is like feel the hair on the tip of their tongue. I don't know, maybe some people like that. Me personally, I don't. So I nair my asshole. I use nair for the face. It's probably not the safest thing, but I've been doing it for years. Years. And all of my lovers have eventually been naired by me, or they do it themselves for their asshole, because I like to get down there and I like it to be smooth and fresh and so exciting. Okay. If you do those 3 things, then you should have no problem. So if you're deciding to be the giver, okay? Compassion. Like, I feel like for somebody who decides, like, all right, today's the day I'm going to eat some ass. Like, I feel like you don't just decide that. Like, you've been thinking about that for a while. Maybe you've been down there while you're sucking his dick or going down on her, and you're like, you try to like go down there. There's that sweet little spot between the pussy and the asshole, and between the penis and the asshole, and it's called the taint. And you want to pay a lot of attention to that. And if you already pay a lot of attention to that sweet little area, then it's not much further. Just go down a little bit and you'll find another sweet little area for you to partake in. And it's been a minute since I've had my ass eaten. Nope, I lied. It hasn't been that long. Yes, I may not be having any sex, but I am. I had to I was replaying it in my head, and I was like, ooh, girl. Yep. He did that. Okay. So it hasn't been that long, okay? But just, if you're going to do it. Don't do the tip of your tongue where you're like afraid. You know, like if you're trying to like decide if it tastes good or whatever, and you're going to stop, just fucking put it in there. You know what I mean? Just stick your tongue in there. It's not a big deal. Don't do the little flicks with the tongue where you're like, just like, you know, nope. Come on. Give it a good, deep, wide tongue, broad stroke licking and get it in there. What the fuck? Get it in there. I promise you, she's going to call you back, and he will also call you back. Ladies, let me tell you. Guys, there's this thing I feel like about, it's just the pressure and society, and not new society, but old school society, something about questioning the man's sexuality or whatever, if there's any type of anal play. But no, that's the sweet spot for you guys. And it's also the sweet spot for us women. It's one of many sweet spots for us women. But don't be afraid of it, and be gentle, and there are different ways to do it. I wish I had like a little, maybe I'll get one of those, like a little toy, so I can these are ass cheeks that I'm pulling towards me, right? If their legs are over, and you pull them towards you, and you grip, and you spread, and you do all that stuff. Be generous with the type of licks that you give, and you don't have to be down there long. If you enjoy yourself, fucking make it a meal. Please make it a meal, okay? She'll be eating putty out of your hands, I promise you. And he will too. Remember, women, that if guys have more, there's more of this mental societal pressure about men's sexuality and et cetera in regards to anal play. But I promise you, I have had some guys that are no fucking way. I'm down there doing my thing, sucking some dick on the taint a little, and they're they do the scooting away. Oh, no. And I'm oh, just trust that if you let go of any preconceived notions about what it means to have your ass eaten being a guy, if you just let go of that and just go with how your body is feeling, and that although it's an alien feeling for your body, I promise you that you're going to enjoy it. So just let loose. And the same thing for you women. You have all of these amazing hot spots and amazing things that your body can do. And utilize that shit. Let him or her or them utilize it. Have at it. That's what it's there for. I mean, it's not really that, but whatever. You know what I mean? So don't eat any gassy foods. Utilize the wet Q-tip and try and get rid of that body hair. You can get waxed. The body hair that's on your asshole. And you don't have to. I've been down there for some hairy assholes and whatever. Hair is hair. Listen, I don't give a fuck. Everyone's got their preference for body hair. And when I was younger, I hated a hairy... That's going to be a whole different video. Okay, so click on that video if you want to know more about what I think about body hair. Just for me personally, I groom my body the way that the way that I would want another woman to groom her body for me if I was down there, right? Like I want it nice and clean and smooth. That's it. But don't be afraid of the ass eating. It is a wonderful and glorious thing that everyone should try at least a few times. And I say at least a few times because you could have that one time where it's not so great or some stuff is going on but don't be intimidated by it and don't let that dissuade you from trying again and again and again. You should try a handful of times, receiving and giving, before you just totally write it off and say, no, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. Because it is. It's for me. I'm a fan. I'm such a fan. All right. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. And let me know if you guys tried my tips. The Q-tip is my favorite. The Q-tip is my favorite tip for ass eating. Yeah. I'm going to go now. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'm going to go see about getting my ass eaten later on. So, bye guys.